Well, good morning, everybody. This is Keith Minion Studio in Stanton, Virginia. We're at my outfeed table here with a new project idea, a Butterboard. Now, I didn't even know Butterboards existed until the other day when I got an email from Boos Brothers, B-O-O-S Brothers. I guess I'm on their email list because at one point when I was redoing, fitting out my kitchen upstairs, I purchased a countertop from them made out of hard maple. Hugely heavy thing, but I managed to get it cut to size and installed. And anyway, in one of their emails, I just got they're selling Butterboards. Really just a small cutting board out of their hard maple that's about 10 inches long and about 5 inches wide and about an inch thick, just like this stuff. And then when I looked at what they were selling it for, they were selling them for anywhere from $40 to $50 for just a little board, with rounded corners, and that's it. So I thought I would do the same thing because I've got these offcuts. This too, which will definitely make one about the size that Boos Brothers is using. This is a little over 5.5, and this is 16. But again, we're only going to do 10. All right, so the design I'm going to use for this right now in my head will be basically what you see here with that fancy center strip. These two pieces of ash with a and in the center I'm going to have two narrow strips of this black walnut on either side of the inside surfaces of the ash, and then between them, sort of the cream and the Oreo cookie will be alternating 1/2 inch pieces of this walnut and this ash. Okay, I think I'm first going to do a rough cut to length, make less work on the table saw and the miter saw over there. I'm going to make these 11 inches, I think. I hate using this thing. Only if I have to. I much prefer just clamping a stop block down here to give me my repeatable cuts. That's about exactly where I want it. So that goes there. These pieces are so small, I'm not going to bother with just some hold downs. waiting for the blade to stop so I could get this out of the way. I didn't want to have it kicking up at me. Okay, so that's done. Now this should be fun. Okay, so here's about basic setup. I'm going to have that there, and then imagine that these two are half-inch pieces going down the middle. I'll just put the one in there at the moment, and then on another one on that side. So it's basically going to look like that, again with alternating walnut and ash. I'm left-handed. I use all of my tools from a left-handed perspective, even though they're almost all designed for right-handed people. So in order for me to get a half-inch cut here, and still use this hand to turn the saw on, I have to set the stop up on this side. I think I've got it at a ½ inch, but I'm going to use a sacrificial little piece of pine to see how it is. That's funny. I think my dust collection system is so strong that it just sucked it right up. That's funny. Okay. So a little change of plan. I'm going to have to turn the Bosch dust collector vacuum down there off, and just put up with some extra sawdust for just these cuts. Otherwise, I'll just keep sucking pieces of wood into the vacuum cleaner. Here we go. That's exactly right. Now it's just a matter of cutting these. Now I know I'm going to lose some of this 11-inch length with all the kerf cuts. Kerf is the width of the blade. So the finished board is not going to be 11 wide, but it's going to be closer to 10.5, which is why I started my rough cut at 11, knowing that I would be losing those. So I'm going to do these two at a time. Why not? Gang them up like that. Okay, so back at the outfeed table, I decided to make the end pieces longer, kind of like that, or it might be like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just start assembling them. Start these things with a walnut. There we go. So what I end up with is 2 walnuts. So that's out. A walnut to start it and a walnut to end it. So we're going to put this baby in. That's the idea now. Going to use lots of glue this time, lots and lots of glue. Can deal with squeeze out, but you can't fix something once it's already been dried. That. There they can come together. I had to get the clamps. Forgot the clamps. Look at that. Can you see that? Reject. Luckily I kept all the extras here in my scrap bin. This one will work, I think. No, that's not going to work. Funny, you think I would have gotten straight, absolutely straight, true cuts, but there's that little wiggle room that a miter saw blade will do. You know, it's slightly flexible. It's more flexible, I think, than a table saw blade. Every bit of surface area. I don't want to have anything, any kind of gapping. At all. I have plenty of time for setup. Setup meaning the time it takes for the glue to grip and start to get too stiff to move around anymore. So the hardest part is actually going to be making sure that I'm putting the pieces in the right way. Remembering that's the top, because these are not really square. They're wider than they're tall. If I ever do another one of these, I'll make sure that these pieces will be perfectly square, so I won't have to worry about that. Okay, I've got all my clamps in position. Just a light bit there. Actually, I gotta move that out. And a light bit here. farther out. Get all the squeezing this way. All that squeeze out. I don't care about this. I'm going to be, actually that's going to be hard to do. Let me just get everything, I know. Still can't do it. How about this way? There we go. I just want to make sure everything is down. Okay, it's been about 8 hours since I clamped this up. I already know there's a slight problem with it. See this piece? This is kind of coming up a little bit. So I am going to be trimming off some of that, but there's going to be a little bit of it that I'm going to have to plane down, probably plane down first and then sand. But other than that, and whatever I cut off there, I'm going to have to cut off here to keep it symmetrical. Much rather have it be symmetrical. So like I said, this is a full 11 inches, so I've got a half an inch on either side that I can work with. It's still not completely super duper dry. That white glue should go clear, but it's not gonna be moving anymore. It's pretty well set in stone, and we're not going to touch it with any type of machinery until tomorrow anyway. Give it a full 24 hours. It's kind of cute.